Hi guys, welcome back to MapCraft 2017 Showcases. We're stuttering again, and it's StarCraft Remastered submission, just like Squad 8. So, this one is Mass Recall, created by StratosTygo, who has been around in the map-making scene for quite a long time. He's made a bunch of campaigns, including StarCraft Alternate, the UAD Victory campaign, Firestorm, I believe, was his as well. He's made too many to count. And here he is with a MapCraft submission, Mass Recall, and apparently it's sort of like a spin on... Oh no, it says episode 9, I think this is 8. So this is supposed to be like maybe mission 7 of a campaign he's actively working on. I'm not quite sure what the implications here are. With few resources following the schism, your goal is to reclaim the Arbiter Tribunals on Aiur to assist in the full reclamation of the planet itself. Okay, let's check it out. We're playing as Protoss, it looks like. Intaro Tassadar, everyone. I understand that these are troubling times. Aiur is now under siege from the Terrans and the UED and Terrans of the UED, and worse, Artanis has shown his ineptitude and has branded us as traitors. It was a mistake to entrust such an unprecedented task to one who is so young and naive. Yet we cannot simply lament and flee from this seemingly insurmountable challenge, for we have won countless battles against impossible odds, and we shall do so again. Okay, Madiego. With all due respect to you, Executor, I have battled alongside Hierarch Artanis in battles innumerable. I do not believe even for a moment that he has truly betrayed us and sought power over his brethren. No, this is simply his youthful pride being challenged. We must make an attempt at diplomacy with him, for I fear that another eon of strife may begin if we continue your course of action. Phoenix, I understand your concern, and I hope that what you say is true. Nevertheless, we must be prepared for the unthinkable. I mean, another eon of strife is pretty unthinkable. Though fair points to Artanis not being a complete psychopath, maybe. Ever since the war between the Broods and the near eradication of the Conclave, many of our Arbiters have been destroyed or lost in the chaos. If Artanis has truly gone rogue as I fear, then we must reacquire the Arbiter Tribunals that will allow us to warp in the lost Arbiters scattered throughout the sector, and delivering an advantage to us, against both the UAD and the Zerg. That won't be easy. Kerrigan and I are picking up large numbers of Zerg signals in the region. I bet the UAD has figured out how to enslave Cerebrits without taking control of the Overmind. This is unfortunate news indeed. Retaking our Arbiter Tribunals will be all the more challenging with these Zerg rampaging through these hills, and with them working in conjunction with the UED. I can't believe the brave and stalwart Protoss are showing so much weakness and fear. I gotta give the UED credit. You were all never this scared of me when we were at odds. We did not fear you because you were nothing but a trickster. Oh, so maybe Kerrigan's been de-infested. I'm just saying that it's funny is all. Look, I'll handle the UED. After all, it was I that defeated them the last time, remember? You Protoss just focus on the Zerg. Okay. You can count Tychus and I in too. We want payback for what they did to my raiders back on Korhal. So we have Tychus here as well. Presumably. Maybe they do stuff off-screen, I'm not sure. Very well. I shall take Kerrigan's advice to heart. I will remain here on the Danamoth. Executor, once you have reactivated all the Arbiter Tribunals in the region, I will recall them back to our base. Just ensure that they are intact when I do. You got it, Madiego. It's quite the Terran name, but that's fine. End of briefing. Protoss 07 Mass Recall. Recapture 4 Arbiter Tribunals. All heroes must survive. All Tribunals must survive. Okay. So... it did say all heroes, so we have access to Tychus, Raynor, Kerrigan, 500. Wow, there's some crazy stats on these guys. Well, I think Raynor's unchanged. Obviously, Tychus has crazy stats for health, but he's unchanged damage-wise. 60 damage is, I guess that's just to make the. As far as I can tell, that's just to make it relevant versus, like, non-units. Okay, so just to show you guys, this is what this bridge looks like on Brood War. It looks very fine, like there's very few blocks. When you have the remastered tiles, everything gets fucked up, so that's pretty unfortunate. But just a fact of life. So this is actually a .scm map, so we will not have access to Brood War tech. I'm surprised that even though obviously the time period is designed to be restricted in terms of Brood War tech, it's still somewhat surprising. Whoa! That it was you know, garrisoned as a Brood War, as a vanilla map instead of a StarCraft Brood War map, because Brood War allows you for a lot of extra like trigger actions and stuff like that. So it's sort of shocking to me almost that people still use SCMs, but I guess they do. Looks like this is some ramps that could have used a little bit more attention in terms of their construction, but we're still just sort of piloting through here. These are the UED Vikings, which clearly have quite a bit of damage. So why don't we hotkey our heroes separately? And we're going to go ahead and lock down the Viking. Lockdown is still 100 energy, so we won't be able to use it too often. Excuse me. Tychus also must have 400 health just so that we can use stim packs more often. Now, is there a macro portion of this map? That's what I have to wonder. Let's keep scouting around for the time being. And let's actually drop a save here. So this is Mass Recall. And we'll scout ahead with Rainer. Oh. Okay. Alright, let's investigate the marine source. Maybe that's another base down here or something. And we can, again, if we find resources, maybe we'll be able to set up a base of our own. I'm not sure. It's a pretty big map to not have any macro component involved in it. But I did just come away from playing the Phoenix's 4th mission, which is exclusively micro, despite being one of the biggest maps that I think the campaign even has, so who knows? Oh no. They have Cloak. Well, I'm gonna probably have to use Spider Mine against this guy. Don't. Oh man. Oh no. This is just unacceptable. Wait, did you not put a Spider Mine down? Come on. No, you idiot. You asshole. Okay, well, we're gonna have to load, because otherwise Tychus is gonna die. I'm not a big fan of the ghosts having Cloak when we don't have access to detection. I guess we'll have to try and hit him with Kerrigan? I don't know. Let's just keep dropping saves for the time being. Okay, so we know there are a fair bit of Zerg up there, and that a bunch of Defilers come in and harass us after we kill them. With Dark Sword and stuff. There's an Ultralisk over here, so let's engage it with Zealots first. Pull these guys back as their shields get damaged. We want to keep as many units alive as possible for the time being. Okay. So before we continue in the direction we were continuing in before, we were heading in before, I am going to... Oh, looks like we have a geyser here. Oh, is there a base we can take? This looks like a base. Hello? Game? Executor, Madiego, I still do not agree with this plot against Artanis, but I shall assist you in reclaiming our Arbiters. I just pray that we do not have to use them against our own kind. I understand, Phoenix, but I am counting on you to do whatever is needed to retake Ire and defend the Protoss race, from without and within. If you boys are done, I found your precious tribunals. Looks like the UED is experimenting on them.
You have not enough minerals.
Oh, there's a... I didn't even notice that we found a tribunal earlier. So there's a tribunal here, 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 and here. Okay. I guess it would have been nice to know Phoenix's location, or the vague whereabouts of his location beforehand. There I go, casually attacking my own buildings again like an idiot.
I'm ready. Thinking the same thing.
I only say this because it obviously would have prevented me from bumbling my way into the disaster that caused us to reload in the first place. So speaking of reloading, let's go ahead and save. We have a while before we need to worry about repairing or anything.
This should be good.
Let's vulture micro these guys. Oh, it's funny, as soon as I start vulture microing, a motorcycle revs outside my house and ruins my whole recording. Oh, time to quit my wife. Okay. Rainer Burrito.
Sounds fun.
Jim Burrito.
This is Jimmy.
Jay Rainer.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, there was a better name for them that I came up with, or somebody I knew came up with. I forget.
Sounds fun.
The extended terrain could definitely use some work. What is this? Look at how curved and sad it looks on remastered. Ugh. What did they do to this game? Okay, so we need gas. It's stationed all the way over there, which is very much like a Blizzard-like thing to do.
Rainer here.
What now?
Rainer here. Go ahead,
Rainer here.
Commander.
Okay, this is getting trippy. Tycho, stop impersonating Rainer.
Rainer here.
So until we can actually...
Right on.
Whoa.
This should be good. Right on.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
well,
Sounds fun. This should be good.
hello?
Right
Oh, did he
on.
run back?
Sounds
Looks like he did.
fun. Right on. Oh yeah.
We can kill the lurker with its own stupidity.
Sounds fun. Oh yeah. This should be good. Sounds fun. This should be
Oh.
good.
That was close. Alright, we did it. There's a geyser over here that we can take as well.
Right on.
Alright, and let's go ahead and... Oh, there's an attack coming for us.
Lieutenant
Where
Kerrigan
is...
reporting.
Kerrigan can just one-hit all these marines, so not too worried. Let's put a nexus down over
What
here.
now? I read you. Thinking the same
Oops.
thing. It'd be a pleasure. I got
Well, that was still pretty easy, so that's fine. Okay, more minerals,
Anytime you're
more everything. Gonna drop another save. There's an Ultralisk over here. I do like at least that the way to the Protoss base was sort of open-ended. We could have gone in a variety of different ways.
Lieutenant Kerrigan reporting. I read
That
you.
pleases me.
Rainer here.
Okay, hold on. We have Phoenix here. Let's use it.
What would you ask
What
of me?
now?
More probes, obviously, are needed. We're going to grab a forge, since it doesn't look like we have one immediately. We can't get a robotic support base, so we won't be able to build Reavers or upgrade our shuttles. We can get observers, which are going to be pretty useful on this map, as far as I can tell. So we should probably do that at some point. Let's
Additional pylons.
put the word Aldaris there. Okay, we should probably put a pylon over here as well, so that we can eventually put some cannons up on this high ground. Okay. I'm almost done being under the weather, I promise, guys. Flu season hit me harder than I expected. So I think we should probably start getting upgrades fairly soon now that we have gas. We'll grab leg enhancements as well. That'll be pretty important. In the meanwhile, we should start hunting around for another expansion that isn't just a gas one.
Oh yeah.
Let's take these Zealots, as well as Tychus
Anytime
and
you're ready.
Rainer. Both Rainers.
What now?
Kerrigan, you're up. You can probably two-hit these guys.
What now?
Well, almost.
It'd be a pleasure.
That's crazy. Okay. Put a cannon down here. Probes from both places will be good. Just to... Oh, here we go.
Anytime you're ready. This is Jimmy.
I'm waiting on you. Thinking the
This is
same
an
thing.
interesting decision by the
It'd
AI.
be a pleasure. I'm ready. I read you.
The medics have one armor,
Lieutenant
so...
Kerrigan reporting.
Oh, that looks like high terrain gave it a mischance because of the way that the ramps were constructed there. So let's go ahead and put a few cannons over here.
I'm waiting on you.
Kerrigan should be able to hold this offense off.
I got you.
Oh, well, unless that
Thinking the
happens.
same thing. I read you.
Amazing. Okay.
This is Jimmy.
Alright,
Anytime
well,
you're
I'm not
ready.
the only
This should be
fan.
good. This is Jimmy.
We want the Zealots on the Ultralisk. Not. Fire Raiders. Alright, nice.
Right on.
Too bad we can't rescue some of this stuff. Although it makes sense. I'm just not saying that it should. We should rescue some of this stuff. I'm just saying that it's unfortunate that that is not the case.
I gotcha.
We need to start finishing these units. We are really getting dark swarmed up the alley.
I read you.
Well, funnily enough, they get up and leave,
What now?
and that makes them more vulnerable.
I gotcha.
Oh, Brood Warrior. What a fantastic situation. I've got flashbacks from Overmind Infestation, Ultimate Infestation. Thought I was going to get Spawn Broodling, even though I had a hero unit. Okay, Raider, you're pretty low on health right now, or you're about halfway. We are getting constantly Dark Swarmed on these guys. Let's try and head over here. With just our Protoss units. I guess we can bring Phoenix
I'm
and
waiting
Kerrigan.
on you.
It looks like our main AI enemies are just the brown Zerg player. The orange Zerg player will send like a Mutalisk or two a few times. Wow, they really put a lot of the value there. Let's go ahead and queue up armor. Gonna drop another cannon, drop some more archives. And here, we'll get a couple zealots as well, just to have backup back at home.
This should be good.
And
Right on.
right now I don't have anything over here to defend against this flank in case the AI decides to come from here. Let me put a shield battery over here, and then another photon cannon over here. Wouldn't hurt. Because again, I'm being a little bit more defensive than maybe I should be, but that's just because I have a lot of heroes to keep track of, and they're all victory or defeat conditions if they lose, so I want to be careful if, you know, when appropriate. It doesn't look like there's another way up here. It's like its own little high ground
I
island.
read you.
So speaking of high ground islands, we are going to want some of these. Put down a pylon over here. We shouldn't need more than one robotics facility, at least for now. Grab a couple cannons over here. I'm glad I put that other cannon here. And we'll go ahead and... Can't really place another one in a good spot here. I guess we can do that. That'll help out. And some more units. And again, we're running a little bit low on...
I'm waiting on you. Lieutenant Kerrigan reporting. I gotcha.
We're running a little bit low on resources here, so I do want to find an expansion. Gas is nice, but right now we need minerals. More than anything. Let's go ahead and grab another forge, grab Singularity Charge. Okay. And we'll grab the observatory.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, we're getting attacked quite a bit here.
Thinking the same thing.
Actually, not really. There's like 3 Marines and a tank. Yeah, they'll just aimlessly walk up this random dial. Thanks to my exceptional cannon post.
It'd be a pleasure.
Your warriors
See if the AI didn't... Oh, there are minerals up here. I didn't even notice that. Excellent. So we're headed to the right spot.
It'd be a
Go ahead and
pleasure.
lock this blast down.
I gotcha.
We don't really need to, but
It'd be a pleasure.
probably not going to use her energy for anything else. Ah, Broodlings. No?
I read you.
What a piece of shit. Okay. We probably want to grab more units to make up for that. Let's get leg enhancements. And let's get a probe over here.
I'm waiting on you.
Oh, here's that asshole UED specialist. Okay, guys, seriously?
upgrade complete.
Oh, we can't even get shuttles. Okay. What a completely unreasonable situation to be in, honestly. Get him, Phoenix. Okay, why are there so many fucking defenses? Why? No? Bad. Okay, we need to spend some, or conserve some money. Okay, grab a Nexus finally. Like, look at all of these defilers. Why? Okay. Awesome. Nope.
What now?
Ugh.
I'm ready.
We're getting gooped here. Let's go ahead and drop a save. Where's that probe? Put a pylon here. Maybe we'll also get access to these buildings. Are you just broken? Apparently, yes. Okay. Oh, we are under attack. You were right. Well, we know they won't have access to Ultralist upgrades because this is again an SCM. So broodboard tech should probably be enabled or disabled. Arbiter Tribunal's been recovered. Oh no, we only have access to just the Arbiter Tribunal itself. It looks like. Okay. Get a couple probes. We've got a lot of excess probes here we can transfer over. We'll do that. We're gonna keep setting up
Lieutenant Kerrigan reporting.
defenses here. Oh yeah, I should probably attack this idiot UED specialist. Piece of fuck. Awesome. We killed him immediately. So, well, we still needed detection, so glad we got rid of him.
I'm waiting on you.
I didn't want Kerrigan to take the heat for obvious reasons. Because that guy... You saw how much damage that guy did to Tychus, so... Kerrigan probably would have been smoked just as much. Okay. Let's set up the cannons we lost in this last engagement here. And that's good enough for now. Oh.
I'm waiting on you.
Interesting decision. Okay. Let's get Observer Speed, and then order up a few more. I changed my hotkeys for Remastered. Probably a bad decision. Alright, let's move this Observer. Over here we can see that there's a healthy amount of minerals. I want to scout out what's in between the hostile forces. Come on, get in there. Okay. Go ahead and drop
Anytime you're ready. Rainer here.
Probably want a couple of extra cannons for those nasty air attacks that got us before. What is even happening? They're just putting air units everywhere. I'm fine with that. Queen death sounds are like fucking sex to my ears, honestly. I hate them. Fucking pieces of shit. Kill them all. Let's put an extra cannon over here. We're definitely going... We're being really goofy with this stuff. An Alexander-class battlecruiser is what that looked like. 1,000 health and quite a bit of damage. So why don't we... Okay, we're gonna need to do some crazy goofy stuff here. It's an interesting blend there.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, so let's set up a sort of defensive perimeter here.
What now? I gotcha.
What a piece of shit.
Lieutenant Kerrigan reporting.
Hey, you know, I kind of wanted that. Of course it has
I'm
Terrans.
waiting on you. Lieutenant Kerrigan reporting. I read you.
Okay. We should probably grab a gateway over here so we can add a couple of dragoons for reinforcements. We'll just leave these fellows behind for the time being. We can probably bring Kerrigan with us. We're going to need lockdown for the battlecruiser, obviously. Meanwhile, I am just going to keep some units scattered around here. What is up with the Defiance? Why so many? Okay, let's get the Zealots on these guys. Fuck them up!
What would you ask of me?
And there's two more of them that we've got to deal with, so it's obviously not going to get much easier. But we have Kerrigan this time for the next one.
It'd be a pleasure.
Surprised there's no other units over here.
I gotcha.
Alright, so we can definitely expand over here pretty soon. Let's try and get these fucking dragoons up this ramp.
It'd be a pleasure.
Spartan Company, of course.
I read you.
Makes them pretty devastating. Oh, there was an old for us. Well, that's the end of that
I
dream.
gotcha. It'd be a pleasure.
Again, let's just try and hit the... Oh, I'm glad I dodged. I'm glad that was not hit, or not used on Kerrigan. Oh my fucking Dark Swarm. No, Phoenix, don't do it. It's not worth your life.
I read you.
Okay. This is pretty bad. I guess we need some scouts. Let's get some more dragoons. Shield battery coming in handy here. Meanwhile, let's grab some more cannons. No, that's not where I want to go. We're basically completely out of resources here. Okay. So I need a lot more resources. What the fuck? I just look at my units are just getting molested by Dark Swarms everywhere I look. Okay, let's waypoint these units over here. A lot of ridiculous defilers. Definitely an excessive amount of defilers. I don't know what the fucking UED experiments are, but... Oh no! What the fuck?
What now?
Pieces of shit. Like this is too much. I think Plague should have definitely have been disabled for these guys. Like when you have heroes that need to be protected, you can't be doing that stuff. At least I don't think it works out very well. Let's go ahead and drop a Nexus here. Pylons. And looks like there's a tiny little path the AI can take if they want to be pieces of shit, which I'm sure they do. Let's keep this this guy off to the side. Kerrigan is very low on health, so we'll just use her for... Phoenix has only shields. We'll just use Kerrigan for the purpose of lockdown for the time being. Probably forever, unless... I mean, there are no medics, because it's an SCM and not an SCX, so... I'm surprised that a UED faction exists. Where... Like, again, this is UED, but they... don't have medics? What's up with that? Okay, we gotta fall back here.
As you will.
We gotta close the distance here. Alright, that was pretty fucking risky. Let's get Phoenix back here and have him use the shield battery. Meanwhile, these Dragoons, along with these Zealots, move up here. We should be able to use Dark... Well, never mind. I keep thinking we have fucking Brood War tech, but we don't. We have Brood War researches we could get. I don't know why. So let's get some Stargates, because we're going to need some... We're definitely going to need some scouts, I think. And hopefully we'll have the money to do so. Really? What a dickhead probe that guy was. Okay. Go ahead and move up the ramp if you can. Probably can't go up that one. Okay. Alright, we have 2-2 now. So let's do our jobs here. Where's Kerrigan? Let's get her up here. Pull the Spartan Company. Lockdown. Okay. And then move these units back afterwards. Let's get a pylon over here. And they all have to survive. There's another expansion site over here, so...
What now?
Presumably we're being incentivized to build bases around these areas. Which makes sense. We probably want to clear out these non-functional structures, though. So that we have more room. Okay, let's get 3 upgrades for those. Let's get Kadar and Amulet. Scouts. We should also get some Arbiters.
Field stabilized.
And these units will rally over here for those Guardian attacks. We would order up another Dragoon for this area as well. Although so far it's been fairly quiet. Okay. Yeah, we don't get access to this fleet beacon, so let's destroy it. I wonder if there is really any logic in the idea that, oh, you know, the Arbiter Tribunals are recoverable, but the other structures aren't.
I gotcha.
Obviously, for gameplay logic, it's fine, but for lore or whatever, I'm not really sure I follow the idea there. Let's put some pylons over here, and we can build some cannons along this ridge to pick off infantry. We can get some Arbiters researches. I don't see why not. Let's see, recall, stasis field. Let's get stasis first. I don't think we really need to worry about recall for the time being. We need a lot more probes. We've got some idle ones down here. We'll transfer over. We're going to take this bottom expansion for the gas when we have a chance. Start saturating this stuff. This is our builder guy. We'll just sit around and... Oof! That's a way to get these forces down here. Kerrigan can basically not have to worry about this attack wave. I don't think she'll be in high demand. We don't really have that many units. I'm focusing on macro a lot. Let's try and meet these attack forces head on. We'll split their forces in half this way, I think. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. And these units, you know, obviously half strength. Don't have to worry about them too much. Okay, more photon cannons, some up here as well. Probes. Probes. Single Mutalisk is nothing to worry about. Okay, and then... Wow, Arbiters take fucking forever to build, I forgot.
Stabilized.
Okay, excellent. No? Oh, well. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Besides yell. Rage against the dying of the Todd. Okay. I guess we can start aggressing further into Zerg territory here. They're starting to build more Guardians, it looks like. So we definitely want more units. I keep forgetting to build units. Okay. And we'll grab some High Templar from this one. Really, I'm just trying to saturate all these bases at the same time. And it's obviously not the easiest thing to do. No? What the fuck, you piece of shit! Why do I have to say that all the time? Oh. It might have been Spawn Broodling Gorilla. But since you killed if you kill the queen while the carrier is in midair, and the spell carrier is in midair, it winds up killing off the spell and making it not do anything. Oh, that sounded like a defiler. Some more units. Let's get shields, sure. Oh, we need more gas. Makes sense. I guess it's time to start harvesting from this geyser. Okay, so you guys are going to come with us and cloak our units. The scouts and dragoons combined should be able to deal with overlords that come to protect our units. Can we hit the... I don't think we can hit the photon cannon, or the spore colony. So I think we just hit it with zealots here and we'll be all set. Of course, as I say that, an all change. Oh. This is where the overlords rather will come in. Snare can detect through cloak.
Feel your presence.
Okay. Alright, we need to not stack our units up on top of each other because obviously they have plague now. But, well, yeah, let's stasis underneath the Dark Swarm. That's fucking there. Holy fucking shit! Well, they're definitely building a lot of these units, a lot of Hydralisks and Ultralisks. We don't really have a counter to that because we don't have Reavers. They are 2-2 as well. Okay, this stasis field should be timing up pretty soon. A lot of Dragoons will do the trick eventually, but I think we need a lot of Zealots for the front line. Okay. And we need a... Psystorm will go straight through Dark Swarm, which is good. So let's... we don't really need to worry about that. Okay. I'm just gonna be coughing for the rest of my days. Okay, let's talk to these guys. Don't say Raiders. Okay, now we're going to attack them again. Presumably this time we will die. No good reason. Wait, no. Oh, no, the Observer. Jim Raynor was killed? What? How? But how? Okay, now we need to load our save. And then, I don't know how long it's been since I saved that. So, probably going to have to redo a bunch of stuff. Oh my god. This is so long ago. How did Raynor die? Okay, well, I guess we're moving all of our units back here. We'll take these Zealots with us, and Phoenix can go suck a dick in the corner again, like he was doing earlier. I think there was an attack wave that we intercepted around this time. Oh, I think it was, yeah, it was the siege tank. So we need to go in here and shoot these guys in the head.
What now?
Okay.
Lieutenant Kerrigan reporting.
Okay, and the siege tank that's not locked down. Oh, probes. Why do you do this? Oh, okay. This didn't happen last time. Not that I remember. Oh no. Oh, you were such a bright star. And then the time for your fucking stand came. And then you were never the same again. Did we not order up Psionic Storm at this point in the save? Here. Probes. We need a lot more probes to fully saturate the space right out the gate, I think. So let's go ahead and transfer some over immediately. Huge attack wave of Zerg. Presumably they won't destroy too much of this yet. Well, they destroyed a lot of cannons. We don't have any shields, so we don't really have any defensive stats for our buildings, which I guess makes sense. since I was more worried about our combat units. Let's get Kerrigan up here so we can lock down that big guy. Okay. Lock him down. Okay, Dragoon's taken away. The Spartan companies have some armor. Holy moly. Go ahead and get one of these guys up here to put a guy on the Nexus. We need a lot more probes still. Okay, pile in here. And once again, we're going to let this stuff out. Let's drop a save so we don't have to do any of that work again.
What now?
Okay. And soon this will be fully saturated. Yeah, this is about fully saturated already. Okay. And then I'm going to set up another pylon over here so I can put more gateways up here. Let's get our units down. Start building cannons. Yeah, sure, we can get a cannon. Stasis field, I think, will still be useful, even if we don't use it very often. Let's get our amulet. Order up a couple arbiters. That should safeguard us for the time being. Let's get some gateways again.
Upgrade complete.
And now we'll be getting back to the point where we had plenty of money and didn't know how to spend it all. Start getting some units again. Okay. So these guys are going to harvest the gas for us. Here's the attack wave coming to us now. Should be able to just drop a few storms. Okay, they got absolutely destroyed. Sade Templari to you too, you fucking asshole. Okay. Hey man, as long as they aren't fucking Zerg here, Defiler here. I'm okay with it. Okay. More Dragoons, more Zealots. We're under attack from something. There's nothing to be worried about. I'm under attack by the police still. Sorry to keep bringing it up. I think my cough brings it up enough as it is. Okay, you guys can start moving your way over here. And we'll order up some Templar again over there. Don't want to spend too many minerals while I'm waiting on setting this guy up. We'll also set up a pylon. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get Stasis Field. And we can get Recall as well, why not? What the fuck did I just do? I have never hit that hotkey before. What? Okay, well, that was the thing that happened. Not sure what was up with that. We do have a large number of units. Let's keep Kerrigan out of here. Again, she's very low on health. So I think that if we just do a full frontal assault here and use Psystorm reactively, well, we could probably stand to wait for... let's turn you guys into an Argon. But we could probably stand to wait for Stasis Field to be done. And then we could start attacking. Use Stasis Field reactively, Psystorm reactively, through Dark Swarm or not, doesn't matter. We should be able to punch through these advanced defenses. And presumably... Okay, there is a hatchery up here as well. So maybe we just attack through the middle?
Research complete.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get that armor upgrade queued up. And now we've got better gas income. Excellent. Oh yeah, we should probably order these guys to mine. So, you know, they actually do something. Okay. Order up that. I'm just trying to spend as much money as I can. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack. Let's go ahead and storm the defiler. Everybody get in there. I don't know where my High Templar are. Storm. That was an awful storm. Well, I think it's killing defilers somehow. It's probably fine. These guys. Okay, keep going. We're attacking what appears to be the central base here. We need all of our units to be attacking with us. We don't have any more energy for these guys, so we're going to morph them into an Archon. Meanwhile, these guys are at full energy, more or less. Go ahead and cast Psystorm on the Ultralisk here, cut through some of the heavy armor. These guys. Psystorm the Guardian. Okay. Yeah, they really fucking cut through all of our shit there, too. Just a ridiculous amount of fucking manpower needed to get through here. Some of these reinforcements over here, we gotta order up more and more. I guess some scouts would be in order as well.
You have not enough minerals. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, you don't say. Some of these guys up here to deal with that. Now that we have more gas income, we should probably also start working on some other stuff. Some more High Templar. Queue up some. Another gateway over there. We're still not really spending our money as frequently as I would like, or as efficiently as I would like. We're intercepting a UED attack as well. Should be able to just stasis these idiots. How can they even see up here? Maybe... No, now they can't. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, well, he was cool. Okay. These guys over here. Oh, we Psystormed our own scout. That was a good use of our money. Okay. Do we really have no other fucking ground units that survived? That's pretty funny. Back up. Get this. Okay. Still getting forces. Kerrigan, get out of the way. I keep having to deselect you. Okay. Alright, I think we've been able to successfully breach this area. I ignored that sunken colony, so... Makes sense that we lost 2 fucking dragoons to that. And we can take this base as well. Once we have the opportunity to. There's a couple of scrap cobble UED forces that snuck through. Oh, those must have been the stasis marines that I left there. That makes sense. Let's get these guys over here onto the spore colony. Can we get any other upgrades? We can get shields, I'll take it. We can also get air upgrades. We can only get air upgrades level 2, though. which makes sense.
My life for hire. I have returned.
Again, we're just ordering these units to
Use of me.
here.
What now calls?
Okay, I think we've broken through the majority of the Zerg now. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be, I'll be honest.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
But at least now we shouldn't be dealing with many more forces at all. Many more defilers. Fucking Christ. These guys. Now we just have to worry about the UED forces.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, where is our observer?
Life for hire.
Isn't he? Wasn't there one over here? Did he get destroyed? Where is a High Templar?
My life.
Oh well, it doesn't really matter.
Make use of me.
Okay, let's go ahead and
Transmit to us.
wipe out this.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, okay. Come on over here, Archon. 25 kills on the Archon. That's pretty good.
Your warriors have engaged
Are you fucking kidding me?
house.
I don't have time for this shit, man. What a funny haha that was, guys.
Feel your presence.
I like this complex here, even though it doesn't look very legitimate in terms of the blend. I like that there was effort put into it. I'm trying to splash all these fucking overlords out of existence. It's not really working. Let's do some recon with the Zealot. We'll see what the UED have in store for us here. UED Vikings, Spartan Company. It doesn't look like a whole lot. There's a lurker there as well. Isn't there an orange base somewhere? Maybe they're further up. Oh, of course. Yeah, the orange guys are over here somewhere. Wow, they've got some fucking... Okay, so we need scouts, and we need them now. And we also need more dragoons.
Upgrade complete.
We just need more of everything. Okay, bring everybody up here. This forward spot. Okay, cool. Our arbiters passively won us this engagement. That was pretty easy. Alright. I know I'm taking a lot longer than I probably should be on this mission, and I apologize for that. Let's start moving, making our way through to this area here. We'll keep going this way. We have a High Templar and a Psystorm with us. We'll keep these guys to guard for enemy attack. Can Vikings cloak? Oh, they have a fucking borrowed piece of shit asshole over there anyway. Yeah, it looks like Vikings can cloak, so they're more like Banshees. Go ahead and hit this. Alright. They haven't really attacked us too much, like at the tribunals themselves, but I do like the added touch that every tribunal has a base area next to it. Let's go ahead and step here. Alright, this creep is almost receded. When you kill creep, it will only recede from one connected area at a time. So because we didn't wait for some of the creep to recede before we killed all the other creep generators, we were stuck waiting for the whole thing to recede, basically. Which, as you can imagine, takes quite a while. Okay. Go ahead and put a pylon down. Leave some units for defense, because I don't know how aggressive the orange AI is going to be, but we should be able to just... with the rest of our forces here, or at least some of these forces that we have, we should be able to wipe out the whatever's guarding the area over there. Where is our observer? We're gonna need him over here. I thought I built more observers. I must have at some point. We'll rally some new ones over here. And I'll leave one at the old site anyways, just in case. Was this one activated? It doesn't look like it. Maybe I have to bring a pylon a little bit closer there. Let's bring Kerrigan up here to lock this guy down. Although, maybe we'll be able to just kill him with these guys in general. Obviously, this is due to the limitations of unmodded Brewboard, but it is a little funny to me how it's like a little ironic, I guess. Did I just attack a Protoss structure instead of my what I wanted to attack? Maybe that was like killed by splash damage. It's a little ironic that the UED advanced battlecruiser uses the I have Kerrigan on here, so I'm gonna save. It uses the portrait of Minsk. You know, the guy that they tried to kill the most.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I saved right before that happened. One thing that I have as a criticism of anytime you have a pause where a hero dies or you triggered a defeat trigger, give a wait of like 3 seconds before the player actually fails. I think it's pretty obvious why, so I don't have to go through the loading. Let's move out here. There must have been like a tank. Oh, it was this asshole. We need dragoons, we need scouts. Okay. Trying to drop medics to save him. A valiant effort, but ultimately foolish. Okay. Never ordered the pylon. We have to make the pylon relatively close, it looks like. This technically would power it if it were ours, but the location must be smaller or something. Okay, we'll put it right next to it. And soon we'll be done with this area. We may have to defend them afterwards, so I'm going to go ahead and save here. Just in case, you know, I dig myself into a hole or something. But I think we'll be alright. I think I should be able to transfer probes from this mining base over here. And this mining base here. Is that it? Oh. Oh, okay, so they actually warped them out. Interesting. We have what we require. We will return to the fleet shortly. Set a course for a staging area on Pulsus Prime. So we also got vision of the Zerg and UED bases. I'm not really sure why. But we did. Alright. That was the map. So defilers aside, and lack of a bit of a wait aside, you know, after the defeat triggers, I thought that was a pretty neat map. The idea that you had to take and hold ground, obviously if the AI attacked a little bit more rigorously, it would have been a lot more, maybe not a lot more engaging, but certainly a lot more difficult, and I would like to see maybe some updates to this map to make that happen. Additionally, with some modding, even what little modding is possible in Remastered, it would be cool to see some different attacks for the UED units, maybe making it so that the AI like researches cloak for the Vikings and the specialists after you build a base, which you can do just by tying it to the AI script through AI script modding, which is possible with Remastered. So there's a couple different things that I think could be changed, some minor quality of life fixes that could be done, and in general, just small optimizations. Obviously, I played with an APM below 60 here, so it clearly wasn't a mechanically demanding mission, but I did like that it was a large-scale macro map. It kept me occupied for about an hour. So thank you, StratosTygo, for your submission. If you have any comments for StratosTygo, feel free to leave them in the comment section of this video, or in the description of this video, you can join the JBruno Discord and post your feedback there. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow for another 2 MapCraft videos. And what is tomorrow? Sunday? No, tomorrow's... Yeah, I mean, these are Saturday's videos, so I'll see you guys for another episode of Legacy of Lordaeron at 9 in the morning. All right, bye-bye.